First of all, I want to thank our fans again. Another big crowd for us. It's going to be real important that we have an enormous crowd here on Friday night for our opening Big 12 game against Iowa State. So please keep helping us with that. Credit to our team for their performance and, most importantly, finishing the non-conference schedule undefeated. It was a goal of ours coming into the season. It's something that's difficult to accomplish, and I'm really, really proud of this group for completing the task here today. It's been almost a decade since this program's had an undefeated season. So again, as we rebuild it and we have the mindset of playing in March, this was a major step towards that for our team. We obviously shared the ball extremely well, had some big individual performances up here. And Brittany continues to lead the nation in blocks. She had 7 again tonight, so really proud of her individually as well.
Coach, I guess in this current state, how great is it to be a part of Lady Raider basketball?
Well, it's a real treat. It's phenomenal. When I took the position here, I considered it an honor to be able to come to such a great program and to be at a place that Coach Sharp really put on the national scene many years ago. And for us to be in this position so quickly wouldn't happen without a lot of great people, starting from, the leadership with Kirby and senior women's administrator Judy, on down to my coaching staff and our players. But to do something like this, coming out of the deep hole that we were coming out of, is difficult. And I credit all those folks around me and their commitment to helping us be in the position that we are so quickly.
You can see how much fun this team is kind of having out there on the floor. What does it take to make basketball fun again?
Well, winning helps, certainly. When you're winning, it's fun to be out there and be part of it. And I think our style of play is fun, especially when we're hitting shots and we're defending at the level that we've been defending. We're ranked top 10 in a few categories defensively, and I think that it really ignites our offense. And when things are flowing like that, we have a big crowd. Everything plays off of each other, and we're able to really just enjoy those moments in the flow of the game, and I think that's what you see. And our team really gets along great. They like each other a lot off the court, and I think that helps too when you have great chemistry and camaraderie amongst the players.
Talked about defense leading to offense. That run you made in the first quarter, a lot of it seemed to come off of steals and forcing turnovers. Is that the aggressive type of nature of defense that you guys want to play?
Yes, we need to be very aggressive. Some of our guards are a little bit smaller or shorter than some of the people we'll go against in conference play, but we're quicker. And we have to utilize that to our advantage, and we have to get up under people and bother them, run through passing lanes, things like that. And it's definitely will continue to be a focus of ours. We forced them into 24 turnovers tonight. Our game goal was 20+, so we obviously reached that.
And then Lexi, of course, 31-11. Is this the best version of Lexi Gordon, and kind of where does she go from here?
Yeah, it's great to see her have such a big night on the boards as well as scoring for us heading into conference play here. I think it'll only help her confidence, and it helps her. She continually gets more and more into the flow of things. It was really nice to see that again right before we head into conference play on Friday.
Coach, 11-0 start for the first time in 10 years here. How does that compare to some other of your undefeated non-conference teams that you've coached in the past?
Well, I think they're all unique in their own ways. I think the one that makes the reason why this one is so extra special is, again, coming from where we were coming from. It was a deep dig, as I say, and it took a lot to get to this point, and to have staff around us and the players to believe in something that they could be part of that was special and greater than them, especially our returners, and to know that this was even possible because they had never tasted anything remotely close to this. They were finishing seasons without this many wins. So, you look at the 11 wins at this point here in December, and again, it's just a tribute and credit to them for believing in where we were headed, and also the new people that decided to come in and be part of something. They believed in where we were going and what we could do because it wasn't something that they had seen here. They had seen it at previous schools, and they knew that we could turn programs around, but they're still coming on something that they haven't seen yet. And so all the new people that came in and believed in it, credit to them as well.
And I'm sure, as a coach, you expect to win every game, but when you took this job before last season, could you have imagined an 11-0 season to start off in your second year here?
I tell everybody we're very aggressive in our rebuilds, but to be 11-0 a year after, or just two seasons in here, I would say that you were probably a little bit too aggressive. But nonetheless, I'm really pleased with how they're coming along.
Marlene, back to Lexi, I mean, like, obviously she's only played a couple of games, but the improvement's been there from when she first took the floor against Houston Baptist to now. What have you noticed about her that she's been able to get acclimated to this offense so quickly? Is it something specifically that you've been working with her on, or something in practice?
Well, I think with someone like Lexi, it happens well before they even arrive here. She fits our system and how we like to play. She can stretch the floor at the 4 position. She can play the 3 spot for us as well. She shoots the 3. She can go down low and post people up, and she has good IQ and good. She sees the floor very well, so her ability to pass is at a high level. And you put all those things together, and she gets more and more minutes and really gets used to being out here. I think it's just a win-win. But I think it's a match from the get-go. Recruiting kids to our style of play.
Obviously, you have a couple experienced players who know what Big 12 play is like, but for maybe more of your roster that doesn't, how do you send that message of, listen, you're not going to be beating teams by 50 in conference play, and the competition level is going to ramp up, and they're going to be better than a lot of the teams we've seen so far this season?
Yeah, well, there's no substitution to actually having gone through it and experienced it and been in that moment. And as you said, we have a lot of new people. But some of our transfers have played big-time basketball. Lexi's been at a Final Four, for example. Drea played at St. John's. So they've been at bigger environments, and they know what it's about. Some of our freshmen obviously will not. And we try to emulate it as much as we can in practice. We have our returners share with them those experiences and what it's like, and the toughness and physicality and how everything goes up a notch. All of that is coming. And we can tell them, and we've been telling them for weeks now. Even throughout the game, we talked about it in preparation for Friday. But I don't think that you can really I don't think there's any replacement for them just actually having played in a game or two and really understanding the difference in the intensity and the physicality and the pace and just everything that's involved.
Your team's obviously had some great success, and you've won a lot of games by some wide margins. Is there anything that this team's been able to accomplish or do so far this season that's been kind of a surprise to you that maybe you didn't expect out of them?
I wouldn't say a surprise, but I think a couple of things that I've been pleased with is when we have been tested, like on the road in San Diego, for example. Houston Baptist, we didn't play particularly well, and we had to battle all night. I think how we finished and closed those games that were close for our returners was something that I was really interested in seeing how they were going to respond, because it's not something that we did particularly well last year. So that's probably the one big bright spot in terms of finishing that was an improvement from last season. Thank you all. Appreciate you being here.